Hello everyone. Today we learn about this Smiley sunflower weaving method. We look at the tools you need to prepare. We need to have prepared wool. And then there's you. Scissors on black crochet. This one. Small mark buckle. Then there are several flower plate. Add some thin wire. Then there are the qualitative. The stereotypes of hot melt adhesive. And this small amount of cotton. There is little sign of this deduction. We look at the flowers on the part of the cortex. This done by the 2 lines 2 golden. After that, the merger with hook petals this section. Then reassembled. The eyes and mouth sewn up. Then let's look at it this one flower. This is a golden hook part of how. First, we picked up a thread. We then used the ring from really. Method 2 laps around the finger. This circle is then taken down. Then crochet into this circle. Well, this go into this crochet. Then the winding wire above the crochet hook to take out. And then again around a wire hook. This is a physical needle braids. Then we start following the first short needle hook. Out of this stitch. There are 2 coils. Then we wound directly take over. We completed a short needle. We mark buckle hanging above the short needle. The circle hook 5 short needle. A total of 6 short needle. When we looked at the number of such needle braids, Tiger really like one of the 234.56. 1 extra. We thread gently Larson. Then we find 2 lines. We began to tighten the coil. Then let's pull this thread. We see a line drive. Then we pull in buildings of this in addition to the back of a test we'll tighten. This time we'll pull this thread. So that a good income. Then we started the second lap hook. We are using a spiral stitch. Do not use end. We promise we must buckle. Then start the second lap hook. The second method is ring hook, each have a pin head which widening. That winding hook up. Well, we have completed the first lap of the second needle. Just had to hang above architecture. As a mark. In this one we have just had this stitch. A count which then hook a short needle. This is the short needle and needle. Then we have the next destination is the same needle. 2 short hook needles. Our second ring is a building block. Inside 2 short hook needles. A total of 12 short needle. Then I take off the QQ. We now begin the third round hook. The third method is a ring separated by a hook of a needle acupuncture. Let's take a positive. The marks hang buckle. Then, on the third lap by first hook method, it is a group. A needle inside the next entry. High. 2 short needle. This is the third circle hook law. A single short needle. Here are 2 short needle. This is a kind of a spacer acupuncture needle hook method. We also repeated the next time we program inside a single short needle hook. In the next 2 short needle hook inside China. This is separated by a needle plus 1 needle. Let's hook a short needle. In the next 2 short needle hook. We repeated this hook method. Complete the circle hook. Then a total of 18 short needle. We can count the number of complete hook needle is not right. The circle hook after a good finish. We deduct mark down our circle hook. And then the next one is added every 2 needles of a needle. Then we are in a third needle without needle. Let's take good. The first one better. We hook mark buckle. Then there is a second subtitle hook a short needle. Then we add the needle in the third one subtitles. So that every 2 needles plus 1 needle. We repeat this entire circle hook complete. New island and 2 separate short needle. The third caption inside a needle. You put yourself behind the accelerating. The remaining 2 hook complete. Well, after we finish this circle hook, let's start. Look at the 5th lap of the hook method. Every 3/5 circle is a needle acupuncture. It is the first of 3 separate short needle hook. Then in the 4th acupuncture needle. After a good brother or 8 plus Q hung. Then the second short needle. But the third short needle. Our 4th needle in 1234. In the above 4th short needle and needle. We repeated this hook method. This circle are on the hook complete. Then you are 3 separate hook a short needle. 2. 3. In the 4th and needle. This is increased every 3 stop. Well, we accelerated through the rest of the. Well, we have the circle hook over. Then we look at. Under circle hook law. We are now separated 4 pin plus 1 needle. There are 1234. In the 5th, increase your balance. Q. Individual short needle. 1, 2, 3. Sexy. We then place the needle in the 5th. We need to hook 2 short needles. So it is every 4 or increase a needle. Let us repeat this. Put a circle hook finish. 2, This is the 3rd of the. Then this is. This one. Let 5th needle. Give me 2. We accelerate the completion of this circle hook. For good lap every 1 point increase. I have finished the hook. We then next lap. We are in a circle hook. Without diminished. Is not coupled with the needle. The needle hook of a needle head which. How? We do without diminished. This completes circle hook. After that lap I've done the hook. We again. The next needle stubs. There are 2 top coils. We take it out directly. I'll use small pieces of thread directly break. Okay. Like paper. We need to hook 2. Then put it together. I can cut off his side. But I have a good hook for a day. Let him directly. Combined lap short needle hook. This thread to go inside to bet. Then. Use this. Or the color. We just find a needle inside a dream from directly. When you are pinning. Tableting simultaneously through 2 pin head. We are back with a positive. Then the front is on the inside. I picked up the thread. Then looped around the hook. Direct hook up. We stand as another needle braids. That we'll hook a short needle on the original purpose of this needle. We see this thread on top. But there are 2 coils wound with us directly out. Let us in this. During this weekend, each tomb above all in a short hook needles. At the same time through 2 producers of silence. Each project has been such a needle inside hook a short needle. I can speed up this circle. Testis. Our brother left a small hole in the end of time. Then we need to go into the cotton. We cast off like this on it. Then we went on to complete the rest of the entire hook. Okay. Correct. Then we finished the hook after he went directly to the first frame. Triggered come out. This is a good break. Okay. We continue to do good in the future. We picked up this yellow line. Then casually looking for a needle head. Directly to him. Winding then this hook out. Then we played 3 braids needle. Okay. What? 3. Since we finished after 3 braids needle. Winding on crochet. Then through the next weekend. We hook up wire. Then gently pulled. A little bit longer. Then we are still winding head with a needle inside. Then hook up wire. All right. We repeated 4 times. The 3rd time. Then we really wound promise in a restaurant. Good hook up. Let's play this winding a coil time credit. When we are in a 3rd braids. What? 3. Then the next entry which a pin. To line with their own lead to pull out. Then a 3rd braid needle 3. Then winding. Next pin which projects out of the first hook. And in front of the petal is the same hook method. Okay. Then we also repeated 4 times as. For example, the winding 1 time landing. Correct. Then we again. Such a method is repeated hook. In the demo you once. First winding. In the next inside, a hook in me. This line is then gently Larson points slightly. Such direct bring out good. We also look at the needle stand 3 braids. Then the next entry which caused needle. Okay. Okay. Then we hook up the interface. The first is the more prominent front. Then we met was negative for the near. We repeat this growth. All the circle hooks are finished. After we finish, good hook is like A. Then we see that we are facing this side. Here is the opposite of. Then there is relatively smoother. Good looking interface is positive. Then our. This small bonsai is composed of 2 flowers. It is good. 2 hooks on it. Yep. Let's look at the leaves of the hook method. This then leaves relatively little Then the model is assembled like this. You then need 3 leaves. Then put all they want to put a little more as possible. Then we look at the knitting method leaves. We pick up the thread. Then you have a knot in your hand. We got all the leaves are used in a braid together by. Let us. You then get to where crochet. We hook 12. Electronic scales. 1. What? Okay. 4. We played good after a good needle braids. We crochet through real promise. Then we come up with this is that stereotypes. Placed on top of a crochet. Let's put this line. Bypassing crochet from the top of the wire. This out on his own hook. Let us stand up to the wire. Fixed it with 2 fingers. Fortunately, this hook out. We hook a short needle. Then we next hook a long needle. The needle through the lower wire mesh. 1 line hook up. There are 3 top coils. We own a 1-time winding landing. Then the next winding through a weekend. We. Much is the long march. He has 3 top coils. We sell 2 first winding. And then winding out. This is a long needle. We have been left hook long hook to the last 3 stitches place. Or big here. Well, we left hook to the back of 3-pin position. And the 2 needle behind it. We need to hook a long needle. And then winding string weekend. Good sister like this. Put coil. Well, the next needle is the same. Bypassing 3 coils resigned. Then we have the last needle. I have kept down the wire. And then the last time we hook is 3 short needle. And our first short needles is the same. Then we started to repurchase me. Increase the number of one side are the same. All correspondence repurchase. Let's hook 2 long needle. Then the long needle inside the needle head. A long needle hook. Then the next goal is the same needle. Hook a long look. Needle is in the same project completed. There are 2, he had 2. Then we back it also corresponds to this. End hook to the side of growth. Then here is the long march. From here to here is a long needle. The same is true of our long needle hook. This is our brother in long needle. Our second needle is the same. Long needle. Then I have come out with their own hotline. Then the last one is a short needle. Do not root. Direct hook up. Let us pass through. Opposite to the first needle place. Then wound directly let out. Then we hook up directly to this. Then direct break on it. Okay. Then the assembled video I will not explain. Then I can. Packaging according to their own favorite to assemble. Then look like this can go dress. Because he tutorial. In addition to the package may not come out exactly the same. I simply talk about this. The eyes and mouth sewn. We need to prepare for this 2 small eyes. Let's come up with the front of the flowers. That's the front of this microphone. Then we put up eyes. We are a little early on in this half This one. It is a small part of the This places a few small portion of the upper half of the. We will then. This eyes so get up every day. We look at. Compare results. We just feel like this. If we can. In the above sticking point to fix it. In case. According to their own favorite to adjust. We are ready. Less than half of a black line. But we use this. This put a needle. Okay. Sheen short on it. Let's start with the back. From the back through the. Let your eyes away from the 2 needle position About 2,000 such distances. I put this thread to hide behind. Let us follow this line of grain. Direct like this. Then your side symmetry. That through this. To wear to the back. Probably like this on it. Then we have to pay back. Pour it on top with a fixed. The sun smiles so well. Rest of us line. We can. Which put in more laps. Let him fixed. By the time you secure it with glue on it. Gently call it a little. Oh. Landscape fixed on it. Then we. SMS. Here a little thread. We'll take him push to go inside. Then that smile. We mended.